channel. So today we are going to be talking about how childhood abuse can turn into addiction and characteristic changes as an adult, and the significance of addiction issues later on in life. And we're going to address some of those problems today and see if we can come up with any solution. So we'll look at childhood experiences, adverse childhood experiences, ACE for short, such as like abuse, neglect, parental substance misuse, and mental illness within adults. So you've gone through the abuse, neglect, you're watching a parent take drugs or drink because they also have an underlying mental health condition from trauma. So then it turns into like a generational trauma type scenario. And it's just going to snowball through generations until you get this household or you get a society where things are looking rough around the edges because people are just at their wits' end. They're not addressing the underlying cause and issue. So we're looking at trying to identify that and also looking at some kind of solution to that. And this is the whole idea of the video, is to get you guys involved and tell us about what went on with yourself so we can understand what you've been through and come up with solutions. I will say it now, I don't have all the solutions, I don't have all the answers. It took me a long time to get over my own trauma through PTSD from the military. But there are some certain techniques I used, but it took a long time to come out the other side of this, you see. So going through it was kind of necessary, but if we can get that time scale right down in people who are abusing drugs because of trauma, then we're on to a winner. And it's all about damage limitation on what those people have been through and getting them on the right path before it escalates into full-blown addiction and they're having to deal with that as well as the trauma. It's got to be addressed, but in the correct way and when they are ready, because you will put up a barrier all day long. I did it. I'm like, no, I know what's right for me. No, I know what I'm doing. And I didn't. It's simple as that. What didn't work was actually the medication that I was prescribed, and I was on that medication for like 16 years. It didn't solve the issue, it just masked the actual underlying problem, which was the PTSD. It can take a long time to be able to get over the actual addiction then to the medication, because you're feeling a lot better when you're taking it. So that's going to have an adverse effect when you do come off of them. So if you do take medication, try and get treatment at the same time so you don't elongate the amount of time on medication, so you get at the core problem, which is the underlying trauma. And as I've mentioned, cognitive behavioral therapy is very good at resolving PTSD issues, anxiety and depression. It gives you a logical understanding of what is going on with your behavior. If you're noticing it yourself, or if other people are noticing there is a change in you, you know, and a lot of people only want what's best for you. And sometimes when you're not in a good place, you can overreact and start blaming them because they are actually identifying you as having an issue only because they care. That's the problem there. And when you're unwell, you have other issues coming in, you get a little bit paranoid, and that escalates and snowballs even further. So what I wanted to cover was the problems that we have when it comes to trauma from a young age, and how we're trying to mask those symptoms because of the underlying trauma, and we're trying to identify what is basically drawing you to taking substances or getting an addiction problem with many different things. It could be drugs, alcohol, but alcohol is a drug, as we know, and it's very, very much a legal drug as well. Almost fell over them. So we're trying to get to the nitty-gritty of understanding why we do turn to that stuff after trauma, and peeling back the onion, understanding the core issue. And we do it out in nature, so we understand that our problems may lie in society, but we also have a way of having a retreat, and that retreat is being out and about. You may need time on your own just to understand what the problem is, and not necessarily just thinking that it can be solved just with a bit of medication, which gives you the respite that you need, but it's going to mask the problem. And this is talking from experience. So we can get to the root cause. We've got to do it properly, methodically, with the resources in place, but you can do it. You can do it. I'm absolute living proof, and that this is my testimonial. And I love the fact that I've got through these issues and I'm able to then pass on this Olympic flame. And I tell you, we're doing this together. Finish off the video with saying absolutely awesome to join you all guys today. Well done Ferndale, well done Mardy, well done Tylerstown. This is our Christmas this year. God bless you all. Thank you.